Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at the perk tree in DECEIT in its current season. And so let's go through each tier and I'll tell you what I think about each perk option. So let's start from the bottom. Detective is obviously going to be better than Blase, I think that's how you say it. Because in a high rank game where people actually know what they're doing, it doesn't matter what your respawn timer is, because if you're waiting for someone to get to you so they can vote you out, they're just going to pick you up and then down you again. But Detective lets you know how long ago a blood bag was taken, so if people can find a blood bag taken 10 seconds ago, they are going to be really eager to chase the blood and find out who drank it. But if it was 40 seconds, then, they're onto the wrong target. But that's why this helps out, because you might accidentally accuse the wrong person if someone's near a blood bag and you don't know what time it was taken. But if it was taken like 40 seconds ago and you see someone next to a drinking blood bag, then you know that you have more information. You know that it probably wasn't drinking right then by that player. Alright, let's go up a tier. So let's say you do take this one, which I strongly recommend. It means you won't get this one, which gives you 10% chance that you damage 11 and it becomes instantly deactivated. This is an RNG rune, and if you deactivate like one lever every infected game, there's only going to be you're only going to be using this rune or mastery, whatever you call it, in 3% of games it's going to proc. If you're infected, a third of the time, and you disable one lever, then 10% chance when damaging. So if you hit it twice, there's like a 20% chance that it kills, and you don't need to get the third hit, but it's basically useless. The one that I've chosen is the one where you need to be close to the traps before it's triggered. This one isn't all that useful because most people put traps in doorways, and it doesn't seem like the trigger radius is decreased that much. But we do take it because we want the ones on the left side of the tree. If we take this, then we have to take this, and that means we can't take this, which is pretty decent, I think, at least. Anyway, let's go to Vengeance. After respawning in Terraform, you can see the player that downed you for 5 seconds. This one is I think it's a bit too niche, because when people down you, usually they're not the person you're going for, because the person you're going for usually is the person that has antidote, and these players will not be near you, so knowing where a player is that you're not going to kill anyway doesn't really help. But I don't know. Then we take this one's kind of irrelevant, because placing traps fast and getting an extra flash, it's like kind of a small upgrade. Meh. We take this, so when we can deactivate a lever, we get a half blood, which is really nice. The other one, every last drop, if you respawn in human form, you only lose half a slice. This is also decent. But the thing is, if you eat someone, you're going to lose all 3 things. And if you don't eat someone and you get downed like 3 times, you basically lost the game anyway. So basically, getting downed and losing half a blood instead of a full blood, it basically lets you get down 6 times at night time instead of 3 times. But if you get downed 3 times at night time, you fucking lost anyway. There's no actual point. Like maybe you get down 4 times, right? You have like half a slice left or a full slice left, and then you finally get someone at the very end. But that's just the human player's fault for not putting in fuses. But that's really rare, because usually no one has enough traps, cameras, or bullets to kill a terror 4 times if they're grouped. So I like this one because you get an extra half blood. This one's also decent as well, but it has the same problem as every last drop. Basically, all this does is, if someone gets antidoted on first round and only one person got to eat, then it's going to be a 2v4 and 2 people are confirmed innocent. So that means that the two innocents on the team have a 66% chance of randomly voting out a player that's infected, and the other two innocents have a 50% chance of randomly voting out infected player, which is like, over average. Like, all the innocent players can just shoot other people at random, and obviously who didn't drink. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, basically all the innocent players that know they're innocent can shoot people that wasn't downed and didn't revive, and have an above average percent chance of randomly voting out every single infected. Alright. So how's that related to what I was saying about this? I don't know. Let's just move on. You get the point. You can see name tags when close to people in the dark, and people's items. This one is a really relevant rune, so I would take this, and I guess if you take this, then you don't get to take this anyway. So this one is like a must, because I hate, like last season at least, I really hated when people said, oh, I have anti, you don't down me, you can't down me, you have to pick me up. But at least this, it stops people from showing it. And then after you revive them, they usually say, oh no, I didn't have anti, I just didn't want to die. And then they turn out to be infected, and then they kill you. But, well, they won't kill you, they'll kill someone else, because they know if you had anti, you would have said it. That's actually a good infected strategy for last season, is if someone accused you, you can just say I have anti, and then if you say I have anti, then the person with anti might likely say, no, I have anti, what the fuck, this guy's lying, and then your teammate can kill them, or usually you'll do this at the end of the day so people don't have enough time to vote, but yeah, that worked out. After that, you get to choose between this one, which wastes 5 seconds of a match, so then that leaves you with critical thinking, which is the only other valid choice. Guns deal 25 extra damage when hitting targets in the head. Usually I don't go for headshots because I'm an Australian and I play in either NA or EU servers, because that's where the servers are. So I usually just aim for body, and can't really do much unless people were standing still. If people were standing still and you're just trying to burst someone at the end of the round as an infected, this helps a lot because it goes through armor really quickly. Make less noise. Okay, out of that one, you get to choose between appetizer. This one's actually pretty useless, to be honest. Okay, and then there's this one, make less noise for when you're drinking from blood bags. This one is really useful on the Arctic map, so if you're playing on Arctic, this one is a must if you're infected. And then there's this one where you just start the game with half a slice. I would say that appetizer is better on the other two maps, because you can start with half a thing. You can drink the blood bag where you spawn at, run to the middle, you can disable a level where you spawn as well as where you drank, rush to the middle, and then you have a whole 2 blood bags drinking. You have 2 full, blood meters. And then you can drink 2 half blood bags at night, or drink in the last 2 seconds of the match. But in general, I go for this one just because it is so good on Arctic, and when I get infected on Arctic, I rarely lose because I can just drink 3 blood bags in the first round. People don't even notice. It's really hard for people to hear. So yeah, I really like this rune. And the other one, in case you opt for another line, is acquired taste. So after drinking a blood bag, you'll briefly be shown other available blood bags. This one is not that useful because if you know where all the blood bags spawn, then you shouldn't have a problem knowing where the blood bags are. I'm pretty sure you can see, it's easy to see where blood bags are. You can just look at red spots on the map. Blood bags, they glow quite a bit. They're really bright, so you don't really need this. Maybe it's useful at nighttime, but if you're struggling to find blood bags at nighttime, then your team's not in the best spot to begin with. hate seeing bubbles like that. Alright. Okay, you can spawn with 100% armor, or each time you respawn you have 25% armor. Okay, I will say that head start is better, because at the start of a match, usually you'll be able to find 100% armor anyway. But then if you get down, you don't get 25% armor, and usually you get down like maybe once or twice in a match. So you can make use of like half an extra armor, because most people like they spawn with 100% armor, right? If they take this rune, but there's armor on the floor anyway. Like you can get 100% armor really easily without needing this rune. So, alright, we're gonna look at all of these ones. So, your Terror Sense highlights plays with fuses that aren't running. This one's good. I reckon you should get. Honestly, this rune, this rune, this rune, this rune, and this rune from here is really good. I just take this one because it lets you beat people in fights. Like if someone has a shotgun and they're shotgun bursting you, usually you can tank two not tower hits, shotgun blasts, right? And then not get downed, which can save you your life and end up killing them. It's really important. This impatient one is useful if you get downed when they're trying to exit, or it's near the end of, like, they're going to put the fuses in and you need to respawn quickly and kill someone, but it's more niche. This one's just a better generalist rune. And then this one it's good because sometimes the people with the antidote will pick up a fuse anyway and then just sit in a corner. So getting this and this, because this rune is better than this rune, but I don't know, I might test this out actually. What? Alright, let's look at this. Scavenger, you're more likely to pick up ammo. I mean, you're more likely to find more ammo when picking it up. You don't really have another option. Increase trap trigger and blast radius, and camera 10% more effective. I'm pretty sure the trap one's better because basically if you're putting a trap down, if you're getting chased and you're putting a trap down and they're not a Yeti, usually they'll try to run around it in a circle, but this usually will still trigger and hit them anyway. And it lets you like stand on top of the trap, and if you don't have this rune, you can stand on top of your trap and still get eaten. But if you have this rune, even if you're standing on top of the trap, they won't be able to come close to you without triggering it. But if they're playing Yeti, which needs a nerf, you're probably lost anyway. Bloodthirsty in Terraform, you move 10% faster when moving towards innocents that are carrying fuses. And gain a burst of movement speed when coming out of a vent. Alright, I choose this one because I just never use vents. That's simple as that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. I also have another idea in the game that I might put in, is that at the start of the game, when you know what the map is and you're loading in, you should be able to choose like one of 3 like mutation effects. Like it should be like a perk tree, right, where you have 3 options, and you should be able to like pick from something, right? They should affect both infected and human together, so like they should be item relevant or like ammo relevant, like gun damage, stuff like that. So then, and everyone gets the choice of the same things. They can pick the mutation. You can get like movement speed, something like that, but they change every time, so it's like a pool of like 30 different effects, and then it randoms between 3. But like once you actually know the map, you should be able to pick, so then it lets people strategize for the specific map, because there's no way to actually theorycraft your build for what the map's going to be. You just have to take a chance, and maybe like stuff like this, it's pretty hard. Like, it's pretty niche because it only works on one map. I mean, I guess it can work on other maps, right? Like, if they're nearby, but usually the blood bags on other maps are spread out, so you're not gonna like drink when you're next to someone anyway on these maps at like the start of a round. But in Arctic, you're gonna drink like 2 blood bags at the start of the round, or like the last 10 seconds, because they're so close to each other. You can get 2 in at once. But yeah, hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching.